My child, listen carefully now. Do not skip this. Do not treat this as noise. Pause your hand. Steady your breathing. Stay here with me. I am interrupting you on purpose. I am stepping into your routine because routine has almost trained you to overlook what I am doing. This is not random. This is not an accident. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. I am not speaking to someone else. I am speaking to you. Out of countless screens and endless voices, this one has found you. Most will not see this, yet you are seeing it because it is your time. When I call for your attention like this, it is because something important has arrived. Not early, not late, aligned. If you are seeing this now, it is finally your time. Let that sentence settle. Let it interrupt the worry that has been narrating your days. Hear me, I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. This is not background sound. This is not content to pass the minutes. This is appointment. This is instruction. This is a key that turns a lock you have been pressing against for longer than you admit. When I interrupt, it is because movement is required. When I speak like this, it is because windows open for those who are ready to step through. Do not argue with yourself while I am talking to you. Do not let distraction dilute what I am placing in your hands. Attention is your offering right now. Attention is obedience in seed form. You asked for a sign. You prayed for confirmation. You waited for a word that would cut through the fog. I am cutting through it now. I am drawing a line in your timeline and naming it now. This is the hinge between what was and what will be. I know how much has vied for your senses. I know the noise that pulls, the screens that flash, the messages that promise but do not anchor. This is different because I am in it. My presence makes it weighty. My timing makes it urgent. My voice makes it clear. You do not need to strain to hear me. You need to choose to stay. Choose to stay. Choose to listen. Choose to lean in as if your next step depends on it, because it does. I am positioning you with this interruption. I am recentering you before I accelerate you. If you treat it lightly, you will miss the weight of it. If you treat it casually, you will misread it. This is a call to attention, not a call to anxiety. This is alignment, not alarm. Feel the difference. I am not pushing you. I am placing you. I am not rushing you. I am readying you. My timing does not rush, and it does not lag. It aligns. So hear this promise and this charge. Stay present inside this moment with me. Let your heart answer, yes, I am here. Say to your distractions, not now. Say to your doubts, be quiet. Receive the certainty that I am near, that I am leading, that I have set this in front of you intentionally. This is an interruption with purpose. This is the doorbell on the day you hoped would come. Open the door. Let me in. Attend to my voice, and I will show you the next step when you step with me. My child, listen carefully now. You asked why this found you now. You wondered why, out of 1,000 moments, it appeared at this precise one. Because I scheduled this encounter. I placed it on your path before you knew you would need it. This is not a suggestion floating in your feed. This is an appointment I set on your calendar while you were still learning how to read it. Not early, not late, aligned. I govern more than clocks. I govern seasons. I do not stumble into your day. I enter it by design. Even what you call timing and feeds and chance cannot override what I appoint. Algorithms bend around assignment. Randomness bows to purpose. When I mark a window, I weave your steps and your senses to meet it. That is what you are experiencing right now. Divine timing meeting your life in real time. Do not argue with the timing. You asked me to lead you clearly. You asked for a word you could not miss. So I arranged more than this moment. I arranged you inside this moment. I aligned your attention with my intention. I timed the overlap between your hidden ache and your ripened capacity. I waited for the minute your spirit would be ready to receive what your mind kept postponing. You called it procrastination. I call it protection until fullness. I will not put weight on you until the frame can hold it. Hear me. I withheld this word when it would have wounded you with pressure rather than plant you with promise. There were days you would have treated it like a headline and kept scrolling. There were nights you would have used it to escape rather than engage. I love you too much to feed your cycle, so I synchronized the release of this with the formation of you. I let endurance do its quiet work. I let discernment grow roots. I let hunger deepen from flash craving to settled desire. Now your soil can receive the seed without spitting it out. Now the same sentence that would have bounced off you a year ago will anchor in you. Not early, not late, aligned. You think you clicked this, I called you to it. You think a friend shared it. I set their timing as well. You think it came up after something else. I arranged the sequence. I traced a thread through your week, an offhand comment, a dream you tried to dismiss, an old note you found again, a sudden restlessness you could not name, so that when this voice spoke it would not sound foreign. I have been speaking in layers, and this is the layer that gathers them. Confirmation accumulates, then it arrives. I am speaking to you now because what you have been carrying in silence has reached the measure where silence would start to harm you. I have watched you shoulder questions you did not want to burden others with. I have seen you manage responsibilities that did not ask your permission before they attached to you. I have heard the private negotiations you make just to keep moving. I did not ignore them. I timed this word to meet that weight while it is still shaping you, not after it has hardened into cynicism. I am intercepting the story you are tempted to settle for. I am inserting truth where fatigue has been writing the script. Understand this. Alignment is not a vibe. It is my order arriving in your day. I set times and boundaries for habitation, where you will grow, what will grow in you, when growth should be tended, when harvest should be gathered. You were not late. You were layered. You were being positioned, not paused. I teach you the difference by timing like this. When I interrupt you now, it is because preparation has crossed into readiness, and readiness has matured into responsibility. Windows open for those who are ready to step through, and I have made you ready. Do not think you are here by luck. Luck is a human word for what they cannot map. I am mapping you. I am not experimenting with your life. I am executing what I authored. That is why this message did not land last month when you were overflowing with noise. It lands now when you can finally hear the invitation separate from the crowd. That is why the same content that once felt like theory now feels like oxygen. The hour has shifted. Your capacity has caught up with your calling's pace. My child, this is divine timing, meeting your life in real time. Let this answer settle your questions. I am not rushing you. I am readying you and revealing that readiness by the moment I chose to speak like this. Feel the certainty in it. Not hype, not pressure, alignment. You asked why now, because I have turned the page and you are standing on the first line. Because you are no longer simply desiring change. You are able to steward it. Because what you carried in silence has trained your hearing, and your hearing is awake enough to receive instruction without twisting it into striving. Stay here and receive it as scheduled mercy. Treat this as the bell that rings the start of a class you were born to pass. I am present in this timing. I am present in this clarity. I am present in the way it found you. When I interrupt, movement is required, but first I anchor you in this truth. You did not stumble here. You were sent here. I sent you to what I sent to you. Not early, not late, aligned. My child, listen carefully now. I saw what no one applauded. I saw the nights you lay awake and let tears do the talking because words were too heavy to lift. I saw the mornings you put strength on like a garment that did not quite fit, yet you wore it anyway because others needed you to stand. I saw the prayers you prayed with no immediate answers, the whispered, "Are you still with me?" buried under the sound of your own breathing. I saw you hold on to a promise when holding it felt like holding fire. I noted, I did not miss any of it. I saw the choices you made when shortcuts dressed up as wisdom. I saw you stay honest when it would have been easy to blur the lines. I saw you close your mouth when gossip begged you to soothe your pain with a story. I saw you apologize when you could have defended yourself. I saw you give when no one was counting, forgive when no one said sorry, and keep your heart soft while life stayed hard. I saw you sit with disappointment without becoming it. I saw you do the right thing without recognition, and I watched how you let your integrity outlast your frustration. Do you hear me? None of it was wasted. None of it slipped past me because it was quiet. Waiting can wear down confidence, but it cannot cancel my word. You felt the slow erosion of certainty, the drip of days that looked the same, the ache of seeing others move while you were told to be still. You wondered if you misheard me. You asked if perhaps you had disqualified yourself. But I was not counting failures, I was measuring endurance. I was not timing your speed, I was building your strength. What you called stagnation, I called root work. What you named delay, I named design. Silence was not absence, silence was alignment forming inside you. I saw how you stewarded what did not seem like enough. I saw you clean what others dirtied. I saw you return to small tasks with large honor. I saw you resist the itch to announce yourself when the room ignored you. I saw you choose to stay teachable after you were overlooked. I saw the day you decided not to let bitterness narrate your future. I saw you make room for my voice by clearing out the voices that flattered you but did not form you. I saw you choose process over platform, pruning over performance, truth over trend. This is how substance is made. This is where I plant weight. Many start strong. Few stay steady. You stayed. When applause fell off, you stayed. When momentum slowed, you stayed. When confusion grew louder, you stayed near me. You did not do it perfectly, but you did it honestly, and that matters to me. You could have run in circles, you chose to walk with me. You could have numbed out, you chose to feel and still not quit. You could have become cynical, you chose to keep kindness. This is not small in my sight. This is what qualifies you when I am choosing who can carry what I am about to release. I am not impressed by noise. I am moved by willingness. Not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. Not because you never faltered, but because you let me lift you when you did. Not because you never questioned, but because you brought your questions to me instead of letting them harden into accusations. Selection is not about speed, it is about substance. And while no one was clapping, I was crafting that substance in you. Your unseen faith became your qualification. Your hidden endurance wrote the resume heaven reads. Hear me and let relief wash through you. You did not waste your season by staying faithful. You did not miss out because you honored boundaries I gave you. You did not fall behind because you refused to manufacture outcomes. You were being built. You were being positioned. You were learning the language of my leadership without needing constant proof. You were becoming the kind of person who can carry blessing without bending into pride, who can hold responsibility without resenting it, who can be trusted with doors that open because you will not force them. I saw the private conversations where you chose to bless what bruised you. I saw the messages you did not send. I saw the calls you did not return because you knew they would pull you backward. I saw you practice gratitude when your hands were nearly empty. I saw you keep showing up to your own life with respect. This is the ground I am planting the next season on. This is the frame that can hold what is coming. Do not minimize what staying has produced. Endurance is not passivity, it is power under patience. Survival is not weakness, it is evidence of resilience. The unseen years are not a footnote, they are the foundation. You were paused because you were being positioned. I used quiet to strengthen your hearing. I used hiddenness to purify your motives. I used slow days to separate you from the addiction to pace. And now the very muscles you built in secrecy are the ones that will carry you steadily in visibility. You asked me if I noticed. I am answering you now. I noticed. I recorded. I honored. And I am about to redeem it in ways that match what it cost you. What felt like silence is about to be redefined. Not as distance, but as design. Not as punishment, but as preparation. Let this settle. All that was uncelebrated by people has been celebrated by me, and I am not stingy in how I repay what is done for me in secret. Stay with me here. I am about to show you what the silence was shaping you to hold. My child, listen carefully now. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. What you called empty air was me arranging the air around you so you could breathe when the pace increased. What sounded like no answer was me answering in a language you were learning, the language of timing, the language of restraint, the language that says, wait here while I build you enough to bear what you're asking me to bring. You thought I had turned away. I turned you inward. You thought the door refused you. I refused the door because it would have used you. You thought you were stuck. You were being positioned. You called it rejection. It was redirection. You named it delay. I named it design. Hear me. The wait did not mean I forgot you. It meant I was preparing you to carry what's coming. I closed certain doors because the rooms behind them would have introduced you to premature exposure. The light you carry is for illumination, not interrogation. Had I let you enter when you pleaded, the attention would have seared you instead of serving you. I guarded your steps from stages that would have celebrated your gift and starved your soul. I rerouted you away from connections that were charming but not covenant, opportunities that were loud but not aligned. I am a father. I do not throw my children into currents they cannot yet navigate. I slow the river until your strokes are steady. I quiet the wind until your sails can handle the gust. I withheld certain yeses because a yes at the wrong time behaves like a trap. It takes what is tender and demands it perform before it is healed. It trades formation for applause and leaves you applauded but empty. I love you too much to decorate an unanchored vessel. I let you feel the ache of doors you wanted, without letting them crush you from the inside. Silence was not absence. Silence was me holding pressure off your chest, while I expanded your lungs. Do you know what I grew in you while you misread my quiet? Capacity, so you do not break when blessing adds weight. Discernment, so you can recognize my voice without panic when choices multiply. Humility, so favor rests on you instead of running through you. Emotional strength, so your compassion is deep without drowning you. Your yes is generous without being reckless. Your no is clean without bitterness. I trained your reflexes to return to me first. I taught you to bless your enemies before I broadened your table. I guided you to honor small things so you could be trusted with large things. The slow-built muscles quick could never find. While others seemed to sprint, I settled you into stride. Stride protects more destinies than speed ever will. I cleared old narratives from your mouth, self-disqualification, borrowed cynicism, the lie of too late, so your speech could partner with my intention. Your tears watered wisdom. Your restraint matured your authority. Your hidden service straightened the spine of your calling. There were calls you did not receive because I blocked them. Not because I wanted you lonely, but because I was detoxing you from voices that would have reintroduced patterns I had just delivered you from. There were projects you almost got that fell through at the last minute. That last minute was mercy. The fine print was misalignment waiting to be signed. I let it fail to keep you free. What you named a setback was my shield. Listen, I do not delay to torment. I delay to deliver. I did not hide you because you were unworthy. I hid you because you are precious. I let you be underestimated because honor does not grow in soil watered by constant validation. I kept you off certain radars because I was anchoring you in my gaze. I slowed the arrival of resources until you learned to steward little without contempt, until generosity became a joy instead of a performance, until excellence felt natural, not performative. Slowly, steadily, I trained your hands for holding, not just for hoping. You asked me, why the silence when I needed guidance the most? Because advice given too soon becomes permission to avoid becoming. I was making you into the kind of person who can hear me in crowded rooms because you learned to hear me in quiet ones. I was growing the adult in you who can carry a promise without throwing tantrums when circumstances disagree. I was enlarging your heart so love could remain your motive when leadership magnifies your influence. That kind of growth does not broadcast itself. It roots, it deepens. It makes you unshakable when the shaking comes. I know what the waiting cost. The invitations you watched pass to others, the timelines you buried, the relief you prayed for that did not show up on your schedule. I gathered every sigh. I recorded every day you chose character over convenience. I turned what felt like loss into an investment that now pays in the currency of steadiness. You did not degrade in the delay. You distilled. Noise leaked out. Clarity concentrate. Your yes means more today than it meant then. Hear me say it again until your nervous system believes it. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. I did not forget you. I was forming you around what I promised, and forming what I promised around you. I ordered circumstances to shape your edges so the next door would not fit loosely. I allowed limited options so your values could become non-negotiables. I let restlessness rise so you would not settle for rooms that could not hold you. Preparation is not punishment. It is proof that something real is near. And it is near, not as rumor, as reality. The reason the word soon once frustrated you is because your spirit could feel the nearness while your eyes saw no movement. Now the inside work has reached a measure where the outside can respond. The window I am opening requires a you that is integrated, not divided, present, not performative, responsive, not frantic. This is why I waited. This is why I wove quiet into your days, so that when opportunity calls, you will answer from alignment, not from hunger to be seen. So do not grieve the delay as if it robbed you. It rescued you. Do not resent the silence as if it left you. It led you. Let relief settle in. You are not late. You are layered, not behind, built, not forgotten, prepared. I am not about to hand you a life that contradicts the character I just grew in you. I am about to match the weight of promise to the strength of the person you have become with me. Not early, not late, aligned. Stay with me in this assurance. Let the old suspicion that I abandoned my own dissolve. I have been here the whole time, quiet like dawn before daylight bursts, close like breath you rarely notice until a race begins. The race is about to begin, but not like before. No panic, no forcing, just the steady acceleration of a life that has been formed to carry it. The wait did not mean I forgot you. It meant I was preparing you to carry what's coming. And now, my child, you are ready to carry it. My child, listen carefully now. That stirring inside you, the restless turning that makes old rooms feel too tight and familiar rhythms feel strangely foreign. That is not a malfunction. That is not your mind collapsing. That is not you being ungrateful for what once fed you. That is transition awakening you from the inside out. You have been noticing the signals. a dissatisfaction with patterns that used to comfort you, a sudden tenderness that feels like oversensitivity, a holy irritation with distractions that you used to tolerate. You have felt outgrown in places you prayed to be invited into. You have wondered why certain conversations now ring hollow, why the same scenery no longer calms you, why your yes requires more integrity to speak. Hear me. That was not anxiety. That was transition. You thought the tremors meant something was breaking. I tell you, something is being born. The way your heart paces before your feet move, the way your spirit rehearses a goodbye before your mouth forms the words, the way you feel stretched between what is known and what is next. This is the honest geography of crossing over. I move your awareness before I move your outcomes. I grow your readiness before I release your next. I turn your appetite before I change your menu. This is my way. This is my mercy. You questioned yourself. You said, "Why am I so sensitive all of a sudden? Why is noise louder and peace more precious? Why do small compromises feel like large betrayals to my soul?" Because I have heightened your hearing. Transition sharpens discernment. What once blended in now blares out. What once entertained now drains. What once felt harmless now feels heavy. You are not becoming difficult. You are becoming definite. You are not moody. You are maturing. The ground is shifting under you because the roots are loosening where they no longer need to hold. You do not anchor new growth in old soil. Do not mislabel this. Do not call yourself broken because the old coping no longer consoles you. The entertainment that once numbed you now feels like theft because your time has value it did not used to carry. The relationships that once made sense now strain because their only glue was an older version of you. The schedule you wore like armor now pinches like a shoe 2 sizes too small. Shoes are not bad, they are just not your size anymore. When I grow you, I will not allow you to pretend the fit still works. Discomfort is not a punishment, it is a disclosure. It reveals where grace has lifted and where grace is gathering. You feared you were imagining it. You told yourself you were overreacting. You tried to command your hunger to go back to liking what it used to like. But you could not unknow what I have awakened. Hear me and let the weight of it settle. You were not mistaken. You were ahead of the manifestation. You were sensing the weather changing before the clouds moved. You were feeling the tide turn in your chest before the shoreline could prove it. I prepared your heart before I moved your circumstances, so that when the external opens, you will not mistake every open door as your door. Awareness is the escort of alignment. This inner transition is my signal that your prepared season is arriving. It asks for your attention. It requests your responsiveness, not frantic action, not performative hustle, focused, obedient responsiveness. There is a difference between haste and readiness. Haste is panic dressed as productivity. Readiness is peace clothed with instruction. I am dressing you with readiness. I am placing in you a quiet that can move quickly without scrambling. That is why the internal shifting matters. Without it, quick movement becomes chaos. With it, quick movement becomes clarity in motion. Pay attention to what your spirit is rejecting and what your spirit is receiving. Notice what conversations leave you flat and which ones oxygenate you. Notice where your peace expands and where it contracts. Notice what feels crowded and what feels capacious. These are not mood swings, they are metrics. They are the dashboard of your discernment. When I increase sensitivity, I am not burdening you, I am protecting you. The bridge to what is next is built on small obediences, paced by that knowing inside you. So here is how you honor this transition. Stop apologizing for outgrowing what once held you. You are not dishonoring the past by acknowledging its limits. Bless what was and do not bind yourself to it. Name the patterns that no longer fit and release them cleanly. Simplify where you have added layers to avoid hearing me. Clear the clutter, digital, relational, mental, so your focus can find its lane. Write down the 3 places you feel most misaligned. Bring them to me and ask, what is the next honest step? I will answer, not with a blueprint that lets you avoid faith, but with a step that requires trust. Stop medicating the restlessness as if it is a disease to suppress. Convert it into inquiry. Ask me what it is pointing to. Ask me what needs to be pruned, what needs to be paused, what needs to be prioritized. Ask me where your yes is too divided and where your no has been too timid. Your body has been telling on your calendar. Your fatigue has been preaching to your habits. Listen, you are not late. You are layered, and layers must be shed to travel at the speed of obedience. I know you worry about disappointing people as you adjust. Remember, my child, alignment with me is the most merciful way to love others. Misalignment always taxes the people closest to you. When you stay in rooms I am calling you out of, you teach those rooms to expect a version of you that no longer exists. I love them and I will shepherd them, but I will not ask you to betray your becoming to preserve a perception. Selection is not about perfection, it is about posture. Keep your heart soft as you make clean decisions. Be kind and clear. Do not burn bridges. Do not build cages. Feel my steadiness under you. I am not rushing you. I am guiding you with the pull of right timing. My timing does not rush and it does not lag. It aligns. Let your internal yes mature. Let your internal no become clean. Let your inner compass set to true north again. My voice, my peace, my pace. When the outer doors begin to move, and they will, you will not be startled into striving. You will be settled into responsiveness. You will step into what opens without forcing, and you will step past what glitters without grieving. This is how internal transition becomes external manifestation, not by panic, but by practiced attention. Stay with me now. Breathe. Put your hand on your chest if you need to and say, I am not anxious. I am being aligned. Say it until the accusation fades. Say it until you can feel gratitude for the signals instead of frustration at them. Your inner stirring is evidence the season is changing. Transition begins inside before it appears outside. Treat this as a holy notification, not a noisy alarm. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. Attend to what I am adjusting, and when I say move, your movement will be simple because your insides already said yes. My child, attention, stay here with me. Do not minimize this. Do not treat this as noise. Do not scroll as if this were optional. When I interrupt like this, movement is required. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. What you sense inside has matured to a threshold, and now a window is opening. Windows do not open to be admired. They open to be stepped through. Hear me plainly. Alignment is not forced. It is responded to. You do not make my timing. You meet it. You do not wrestle doors. You recognize them. You do not need to manufacture surge. You need to offer obedience. The power in this moment is not in how hard you can push, but in how clearly you can answer. I am not asking for frenzy. I am asking for focus, focused, obedient responsiveness. This is what missing the window looks like. Treating this as another video to soothe you, and then returning to numb routines as if I did not speak. Saving this to a list and pretending that postponement equals stewardship. Crowdsourcing your conviction to voices I did not assign to guide you. Waiting for a surge of motivation instead of honoring the instruction already sitting in your spirit. Calling it research when it is really delay. Telling yourself after this busy week, when I feel more energy, when the timing is better, while the timing is literally here. Do not dress hesitation in wisdom. Hesitation feeds confusion. Obedience multiplies clarity. I am drawing a clean line for you because I love you. You do not need more information. You need decision. Not another article, not another panel, not 3 more opinions. Decision. A clean yes where I have already been clear. A clean no where I have already lifted grace. A clean boundary where the leak has been costing you attention. I am not shaming your caution. I am rescuing you from paralysis. Wisdom moves. Wisdom does not hide under endless options. Wisdom answers the one voice that has held you steady in every season. Stay with me. Let me name the difference so you can feel it in your body. Striving scrambles, responsiveness settles. Striving shouts, make it happen. Responsiveness whispers, follow me here. Striving builds towers to prove you belong. Responsiveness builds altars to remember who leads. You have tried striving before. It wears you out and leaves you emptier than when you began. I will not lead you back to bondage. I am calling you to act from peace, not panic, from instruction, not impulse. There is a window. What happens next depends on your responsiveness, not your striving. How do I respond, you ask? Begin simple and begin now. Stop the scroll after this moment and write down the one instruction you cannot seem to shake. Name it. Date it. Then schedule the first faithful action toward it within the next 24 hours. Send the email that moves the conversation I told you to have. Decline the commitment that keeps siphoning your focus. Clear the 30 minutes I have been asking you to reserve each morning for me. Remove the distraction you keep calling harmless, but which keeps stealing your attention. Put resources where your revelation is. Sow into the work I highlighted, instead of feeding habits I am asking you to release. Clean a space on your desk as a sign that you are making room. Simple acts carry spiritual weight when they answer my voice. Do not complicate this with spectacle. I am not impressed by grand gestures you cannot sustain. I am moved by honest, repeatable obedience. Small steps compound. A clear yes creates momentum that planning alone cannot produce. You think you need a 10-step blueprint to feel safe. I will give you the next step and meet you there with grace. Alignment is a relay of obediences, not a single sprint. When you move with me today, tomorrow's clarity will arrive right on time. Let me warn you in love. The longer you sit in analysis after I have clarified, the louder counterfeit options will sound. Distraction hunts indecision. Delay invites noise. You silence both by moving your feet in the direction peace points. This is not pressure, this is protection. I am narrowing your path now so that your life can widen later. I am guarding your attention now so that your influence can expand without diluting your soul. You may feel the temptation to test me with fleeces I did not ask for. You may want me to repeat what I have already said. Hear me. I will confirm as you move, not as you hide. Miracles meet motion. Provision greets obedience. Doors that are mine swing on the hinges of response. You will not have to violate your spirit to enter them. You will not have to betray your values to remain in them. But you will have to decide. Decision is dignity. Decision is worship. Decision is how you say with your life, I heard you. And why am I singling you out now? Because I watched your heart refuse to harden in the quiet. Because you allowed me to shape your reflexes until peace mattered more than pace. Because you have been trained by waiting, and now your responsiveness will keep you from turning favor into frenzy. Out of many, I am calling you at this hour, because your posture is ready to pivot without performing. I am not looking for the loudest. I am looking for the most listening. You have been listening, so now answer. Do not miss this window by treating it like content. Seal it by treating it like covenant. Say yes and let that yes change your calendar. Say no and let that no close the loop you kept open out of politeness. Stand up from where you are sitting and take one tangible step that agrees with what I am saying. Put a stake in the ground, a message sent, a meeting scheduled, a subscription canceled, a reminder set, a mentor contacted, a draft begun. Let your environment witness your decision. My child, attention, breathe. This is not frantic. This is focused. This is not heavy. This is holy. The door I am opening does not require you to strain your way in. It asks you to step when I say step. You have heard me. Now move with me. Not early, not late, aligned. My child, listen carefully now. I am speaking to you, not to someone else. Do not assume this is for the crowd and excuse yourself to the edges. I have interrupted you because out of many I chose you, not randomly, not casually, not as a placeholder until someone better appears. I set my eyes on you because your heart kept turning toward me when no one was watching. I placed my weight on you because your posture did not change with applause. I have called your name because your yes did not wait for a stage. Hear me say it plain. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten in the crowd. The crowd is not my criteria. Trend is not my metric. Speed is not my crown. Selection is not about spectacle. It is about substance. I did not choose you because you were flawless. I chose you because you were willing. I did not choose you because you were the fastest. I chose you because you were steady. I did not choose you because you were the loudest. I chose you because you were loyal. I did not choose you because you never failed. I chose you because when you failed, you returned with honesty and let me teach you how to walk again. That is the substance I build on. I saw you be faithful in small things when small felt insulting. I watched you honor assignments that did not match your gifts, yet refined your character. I saw you clean up what you did not spill and repair what you did not break. I noticed the quiet ways you protected others' dignity instead of exposing their weakness. I recorded the mornings you rose while heavy and still chose integrity over convenience. I heard the prayer under your breath when nobody would have blamed you for bitterness. Many start strong, few stay steady. You stayed. That is why I can trust your hands now. Do you want to know why your name is on this? Because you remained teachable when correction stung. Because you let truth cut you cleanly instead of negotiating with it. Because you apologized promptly, forgave quickly, and kept your heart tender when cynicism seemed like armor. Because you did not make your pain a platform to parade. You made it an altar where you learned my voice. Because you let waiting make you whole instead of making you hard. This is the soil where selection grows. Not because you were perfect, but because you were pliable. Not because you were celebrated, but because you were consistent when celebration was absent. Not because you were without fear, but because you kept choosing courage with trembling hands. So take this in and let it correct what shame taught you. You are not behind. You are built. You are not disqualified. You are distilled. You are not invisible to me. You are held in my gaze. I have not miscounted you. I have measured you on purpose. The measurements match the moment now. The window you stand before is not a test to humiliate you. It is an invitation that recognizes you. The selection is not a trophy to admire. It is an assignment to carry. Chosen identity carries responsibility, not heaviness, holiness, not pressure, precision. This is how you honor it without sabotaging it. First, agree with me about who you are. Stop rehearsing labels I never gave you. Retire the scripts that say, I'm just trying, when I am calling you capable. Retire the scripts that say, I don't deserve, when I have declared you entrusted. Humility is truth, not self-erasure. Do not call hiding humility. Hiding prevents stewardship. Stand where I place you and let confidence come from obedience, not ego. Second, protect the posture that positioned you. Keep your heart soft. Keep your ear open. Keep your pace aligned. Do not upgrade your dependence on me. to a strategy that does not require me. Do not let busyness impersonate fruitfulness. Guard your mornings like a doorway. Guard your speech like a seedbed. Do not gossip your grace away. Do not outsource your discernment to the loudest voice in the room. You learn to hear me in quiet. Keep that frequency when rooms get crowded. Third, steward what I give with excellence, not exhibition. Excellence is worship. Exhibition is insecurity dressed up. Let your work speak without you shouting over it. Let gratitude be the atmosphere you breathe. Keep short accounts. Repent quickly. Forgive freely. Ask for help before pride builds a trap around you. Bring trusted counsel near, not to replace my voice, but to help you hold what I am placing. Submission is safety, not smallness. Fourth, refuse the two ditches that ruin many beginnings: comparison and complacency. Comparison will make you either arrogant or ashamed. Both are distortions. Complacency will make you call enough what I mean to expand through faithfulness. Do not measure your portion by someone else's storyline. Do not downplay your portion to make others comfortable. Bless others' doors and focus on the one in front of you. Expansion in my kingdom is not a land grab. It is boundary lines widened by obedience. Fifth, keep rhythm with my confirmations. Patterns, peace, and doors that open without forcing. Do not try to pry open what I have not unlatched. Do not ignore what swings wide while you question your worth. Walk through with a steady step and a clear no to distractions that want to celebrate you out of your core. Or remember, what I open will not require you to violate your spirit, to enter or betray your values, to remain. Let that be your filter as options multiply. Hear this warning as love. Do not sabotage selection by narrating against it. Your tongue is a steering wheel. If you keep calling yourself almost, you will keep arriving at almost. Speak agreement. Say, I am chosen to carry, not to crave attention. Say, I am selected for substance. I will not perform for approval. Say, I am steady under favor. I will not convert blessing into frenzy. Let your confession partner with my choosing. And hear this charge as commissioning. Choose to be chosen. Wear it as responsibility, not entitlement. Serve where you stand. Lift where you lead. Pass tests you passed before. Consistency is covenant renewal. Share credit. Shoulder blame appropriately. Stay interruptible. Keep washing feet while I widen rooms. Let the same hands that built in secret now build in sight without shaking. The weight will increase, but so will the grace. The visibility will expand, but so will your vision. Keep your eyes on me and your pace at my word. I am speaking to you, not to someone else. Out of many, I chose you, not early, not late, aligned. My child, attention. Stay here with me. I am about to make this simple so you cannot confuse yourself with complexity. This is a window. What happens next depends on your responsiveness, not your striving. To turn this moment into movement, I give you 3 instructions. Receive, release, realign, not as theory, as practice, not someday, now. Breathe, and let each word settle with weight. Receive the call, release the weight, realign your life with what I am doing now. First, receive. Stop performing for what I already placed on you. Stop auditioning for rooms I have already assigned you to steward. You do not need to prove to be chosen. You do not need to tighten your jaw to make this real. I said your name. That settles the matter. Let the truth sit in your chest without you trying to earn it. Let joy in without suspicion. Let peace expand without you poking holes in it. My favor is not a trick. It is a trust. This is what receiving looks like today. You stop negotiating with your worth. You stop over-explaining your obedience to people who do not carry your instruction. You sit for a moment with open hands and say, I receive what you have spoken over me. I receive the timing, I receive the assignment, I receive the grace to carry it. Receive means you allow identity to precede activity. It means you move from appointment, not toward it. It means you rest the compulsion to fill every silence with productivity, so you can hear what I am actually saying. I am not asking you to market this. I am asking you to host it. This is not entertainment. This is appointment. Let that become your internal atmosphere. Second, release. You cannot carry tomorrow's weight with yesterday's wounds gripping your hands. Let go out loud, on purpose, with clarity. Release the bitterness that calcified around old betrayals. Release the labels you adopted under pressure. Too late, too much, not enough. None of those came from my mouth. Release the expired attachments that belong to the last season, roles you outgrew, obligations you maintained to keep a peace I did not authorize, alliances built on flattery instead of truth. Release the coping mechanisms that numbed you when you were waiting, but now rob you when you are moving. Release the quiet vows you made in pain. I will never trust again. I will do this alone so no one can wound me. Those vows were survival tools. They have become cages. Break them with your own voice. Forgive the ones who mishandled you, not to excuse them, but to unhook your heart from their hold. Forgive the systems that missized you. Forgive yourself for the immaturity you now see with clearer eyes. Write down what needs to be released. Name it specifically, and bless it as you set it down. Delete the thread. Return the key. Unfollow the voice that pulls your focus sideways. Close the drawer of old trophies that tempt you to live from nostalgia instead of assignment. You are not dishonoring the past by refusing to be haunted by it. Release is not loss. Release is leverage. It lightens you for the pace I am setting. Third, realign. Return to first things. Prayer, honesty, discipline, clean motives, daily obedience. Bring your mornings back under my authority. Guard that doorway like treasure. Give me your first attention, not your leftover scraps. Tell the truth to me and to yourself about what drains you, about what feeds you, about what must change. Purity of motive protects power. Ask yourself before you act, am I doing this to be seen or to serve? Discipline is not punishment, it is protection for the promise. Set a simple rule of life. Times to meet with me, times to work the assignment, times to rest, times to withhold from noise. Put it on your calendar, not in your wishes. Align your budget with your calling. Sow where I have pointed. Stop financing what fights your focus. Attend to your body. Sleep with wisdom. Eat to sustain energy. Move to steward stamina. I am not only preparing your spirit, I am preparing your whole life to carry favor without fracture. Clean up your digital environment. Turn off notifications that yank your attention. Remove the apps you keep telling yourself you can manage. Set screens aside so scriptures can fill the space. Bring wise counsel near enough to help you carry, but not close enough to replace my voice. Choose one primary assignment for this next stretch and allow your yes to sharpen by giving strong no's to what dilutes. Realign is not glamorous, it is granular. It is calendar choices and conversational boundaries. It is getting your house in order so your life can expand without collapsing. Hear me as I name the enemies of this moment so you can refuse them before they recruit you. Distraction will hunt your attention. Starve it. It comes as endless scrolling, as noble busyness, as curiosity that keeps you far from conviction. Cut its supply lines. Comparison will corrode your confidence. Reject it. It will make you arrogant when you seem ahead and ashamed when you seem behind. Both are lies. Bless others' lanes and stay in yours. The urge to rush will deform what requires steadiness. Resist it. Rushing is the counterfeit of readiness. It mimics momentum without maturity. My timing does not rush and it does not lag. It aligns. Let your pace submit to my peace. If you feel panic pushing you, pause. If you feel pressure to perform, step back. The next right step will be clear and doable. Frenzy is not my signature. Now pay attention to this. After instruction comes confirmation. You have asked me for signs. I am telling you how they flow in this hour. As you receive, release, and realign, watch for patterns that repeat without you forcing them. Phrases echoing in separate places. Invitations converging from different directions. Scriptures and conversations harmonizing with what I already whispered. Feel for peace that does not evaporate under scrutiny. A steadiness that remains even while you are being stretched. Look for doors that open without you prying. Emails you did not manipulate. Opportunities that honor your values. Rooms that do not require you to betray your spirit to enter or contort yourself to remain. Notice provision that meets you at the step, not before you move, but exactly as you obey. A resource offered, a mentor appearing, a burden lifting. Be discerning. If an option demands you silence your conscience, pay for it with your integrity, or sprint past the timing I have made clear, it is not from me. If an option invites you to deepen your dependence on me, protect your witness, and walk at a pace your peace can carry, it bears my fingerprints. This is how you keep yourself steady as confirmation forms. Measure everything by alignment, not adrenaline. Ask, does this increase my focus on what God said? Does it keep me honest? Does it sustain peace? If yes, move with a quiet yes. If no, decline without guilt. I am not hiding will from you. I am growing wisdom in you, and wisdom recognizes me by my ways. So, my child, let us do this together now. Receive, say it with me. I receive what you have spoken. I stop performing for what you have already given. Release, name the weight and lay it down before me, even if your emotions catch up later. Realign, adjust your calendar, your habits, your inputs, until your daily life agrees with my voice, not all at once in spectacle, but today in substance. This is how windows become pathways, and moments become movement. I am not rushing you, but I am requiring clean decisions. You have heard me. Walk with me in this order: receive, release, realign, and watch confirmation gather around your steps. Not early, not late, aligned. My child, attention. Stay with me and listen carefully. You asked me for confirmation. I am telling you how it arrives. Not as chaos, not as pressure, as clarity, as peace that holds under scrutiny, as alignment that feels like pieces taking their places, not like you sprinting to hold everything together. I do not bait you with confusion. I guide you with coherence. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time, and I am not trying to make you guess. I am training you to recognize. Here is what true confirmation feels like in your spirit. The more you pray, the clearer it becomes. The more you bring it into my light, the steadier your heart grows. The thought of moving forward does not knot your stomach. It quiets it. You still feel stretch, but not panic. You still feel weight, but not heaviness. Peace remains when you ask hard questions. Peace remains when you look at cost and consequence. Peace remains after sleep, after counsel, after silence. Peace that cannot survive examination is not my peace. My peace stands up to light. My peace settles your pace. My peace does not evaporate as your emotions fluctuate. I told you before, and I say it again. What I open will not require you to violate your spirit to enter or betray your values to remain. Let that sentence become your filter. Watch the patterns I send without you forcing them. I am not random, I weave. You will hear the same phrase surface from different mouths that do not know one another. You will find the same invitation circling back in different forms. A conversation at breakfast, a line in a book, an unexpected email, a memory I resurface, a dream you cannot shake. You will notice timing tightening around a theme you and I have been discussing in private, not because you manipulated it, but because alignment is ripening. Repetition is one of my gentle highlighters. I am not trying to overwhelm you with volume. I am trying to focus you with convergence. When threads begin to braid without you yanking them together, pay attention. Patterns point to paths. Look also for doors that open without prying. That does not mean without effort. It means without contortion. You will not have to flatter your way in. You will not have to talk down your conviction to fit the room. The opportunity will meet your character, not demand you amputate it. The conversation will advance with honest words, not clever evasion. A yes will be honored without you throwing a parade for yourself. Provision will meet you at the step, not as a bribe to move, but as a companion because you moved. The hinge will swing when you place your hand upon it, not after you batter it with desperation. That is my signature, movement that honors conscience, favor that does not fracture you. Let me warn you about the counterfeits that parade as confirmation. Counterfeit urgency shouts, now or never, while choking out your ability to pray. It demands secrecy from wise counsel. It punishes you for pausing. It pushes you to over-explain your hesitation as if caution were disloyalty. It weaponizes scarcity to make you trade integrity for speed. That is not me. My timing does not rush, and it does not lag. It aligns. Alignment requires movement, yes, but movement at a pace peace can carry. If an option cannot survive a night of prayer, it cannot carry your destiny. If a door requires you to lie to someone you love in order to enter, that is not my door. If a partnership requires you to silence the conviction you have cultivated with me, that is not my partner. Pressure that panics you is not my voice. Conviction that clarifies you is. You ask me, how do I test what I am sensing? I answer plainly, hold it up to what I have already spoken. I do not contradict myself to confuse you. Ask 3 questions. Does this honor the word I placed in your spirit? Does this protect your integrity and increase your dependence on me? Does peace remain when you imagine doing this without applause? If the answer is yes, you have light for a step. Not a leap into spectacle, a step into obedience. If the answer is no, the nobility of the option is irrelevant. Decline without guilt. Your calling does not require you to collect every good thing. It requires you to carry the right things. Do not mistake adrenaline for anointing. Adrenaline spikes and then leaves you grasping. Anointing steadies and then strengthens you for sustained weight. Adrenaline makes you loud. Anointing makes you precise. Adrenaline floods your calendar. Anointing clarifies your lane. When you feel that quick surge that demands you say yes before you understand, pause and look for my peace. When you feel the subtle certainty that lets you say yes while still acknowledging unknowns, move with me. Miracles meet motion, but not mania. Provision runs with obedience, not with panic. I am not asking you to stall. I am asking you to sink. Let me train your ear for another pattern. Timely conversations. I will put the right voice in your path at the right moment. Someone not impressed by you and not intimidated by your future. They will echo language I taught you in secret. They will ask you questions that do not flatter your fantasies but refine your focus. You will feel a clean resonance, not codependence. After you speak with them, your peace will be more precise, not more performative. This is how counsel confirms rather than controls. Do not outsource discernment, but do not despise confirmation through community. I place people as signposts, not as substitutes for my voice. Also watch for a practical simplicity in next steps. Counterfeits clutter your mind with 10 simultaneous moves you must make to keep it all from falling apart. My confirmation distills your attention into the 1 or 2 actions that matter now. It narrows you so you can advance. It will feel almost too small to be spiritual. An email sent, a meeting set, a subscription canceled, a morning protected, a budget adjusted. Do not despise the smallness of clarity. It is the doorway to scale. Hype will try to make you announce. Stability will help you build. Choose stability. Let roots go down before branches spread out. Hear me anchor your heart. Confirmation is not entertainment to keep you excited. It is scaffolding to keep you steady. I am not feeding your need for a sign a day. I am building your maturity to walk by light you already have. When alignment begins to accelerate, guard your focus, guard your rest, guard your gratitude. Do not collect confirmations like trophies. Convert them into obedience. Do not turn every whisper into a post. Let some things grow in secret until they are strong enough to bless others without breaking you. So breathe, my child. You do not have to hunt signs. You have to heed them. Patterns will gather. Peace will deepen. Doors will open without forcing. Provision will meet you at the step. Counsel will confirm, not control. Panic will expose itself by how it punishes pause. Let this calm your chest. True confirmation brings alignment and peace. What I open will not require you to violate your spirit to enter. What I call you to will not demand you betray your values to remain. Move when I say move. Rest when I say rest. Not early, not late, aligned. My child, attention. Stay here with me as things begin to move. You prayed for doors, and doors are turning on their hinges. You asked for pace, and pace is picking up. With movement comes noise. Old fears raise their heads. Old insecurities rehearse their lines. Old self-doubt puts on a new outfit and tries to pass as wisdom. Hear me and let this settle your chest. When the shift accelerates, steadiness protects the blessing. Focus is how you carry what I release. Do not be surprised by the swirl inside you. Restlessness will try to rename itself as anxiety again. The voice that asked, "Are you sure?" in the quiet, will try to shout, "You're not ready," when the calendar fills. The part of you that survived will wonder if it can build. Listen carefully. Survival is not weakness. It is evidence of resilience. The same endurance that kept you breathing under pressure will keep you grounded under favor. You did not learn how to cling just to barely make it. You learned how to hold what matters when everything shakes. That skill is not obsolete. It is essential now. You are not an accident among opportunities. You are a steward in a season that matches your measurements. So I command your gaze. Do not look left or right. Do not measure yourself against others. Do not pace your obedience by someone else's highlight reel. Comparison will steal your pace, then call its theft discernment. Refuse it. Eyes on me, ears tuned to my peace, mouth aligned with my promises. That is your alignment protocol while doors open. If flattery inflates or criticism deflates, both are steering you wrongly. Let neither be your compass. Let my word to you be your true north. Move at the speed of obedience, not at the speed of applause. Now hear how stewardship works when windows open. New doors require maturity. Your words must match your weight. Speak less to be seen, more to be clear. Do not promise what your calendar cannot carry. Do not exaggerate to impress a room I already placed you in. Let your yes be firm and your no be clean. Every sentence sows a future. Seed carefully. Your habits must match your hope. Guard your mornings. Keep your disciplines simple and stubborn. Protect rest as if it were a covenant, because it is. You cannot outrun negligence and then blame the devil for exhaustion. Fatigue is not a crown. It is a crack. Close the crack by honoring rhythm. Your relationships must match your responsibility. Bring the right people close and move the wrong people to the outer court without bitterness. Not everyone who cheered your healing can carry your building. That is not betrayal, it is boundary. Stop giving intimate access to voices that do not honor your assignment. Stop asking for permission from people who benefit from your smallness. Stop explaining your pace to those committed to their own distraction. Tenderness remains. Access changes. Love fiercely, guard wisely. Boundaries are not rejection. They are stewardship of energy, attention, and anointing. You will feel the ancient tremor of self-sabotage try to return. It whispers, announce it all now. It whispers, say yes to everything or it will disappear. It whispers, burn yourself to prove you deserve the fire. Silence that voice with truth. You do not need to perform to remain. You do not need to sprint to keep what I gave. What I start by grace, I sustain by wisdom. Rushing is the counterfeit of readiness. Precision is the proof of trust. Walk with me and let precision be your posture. Precise words, precise yeses, precise rest, precise generosity, precise delegation. Ask for help before the weight asks it for you. Team is not a threat to your calling. Isolation is. Do you feel the fear of being seen tapping your shoulder? Answer it with identity. You are not an imposter in the rooms I open. You are an answer I have prepared. You are not a guest scrambling for approval. You are a servant sent on assignment. Let confidence come from obedience, not ego. When you stand where I place you, stand without apology. When you serve where I appoint you, serve without theatrics. Excellence is worship. Exhibition is insecurity in costume. Choose worship. Let your work be a quiet roar, not a loud whimper. As movement begins, simplify your metrics so you can stay steady. One primary assignment, 1 or 2 daily non-negotiables, 1 weekly reset where you step back, give thanks, and adjust. Gratitude will stabilize your nervous system. Entitlement will scramble it. Gratitude will make you a river. Entitlement will make you a reservoir that grows stale. Keep short accounts with me and with people. Repent quickly. Forgive swiftly. Celebrate small wins without needing to broadcast them. Let roots deepen invisibly so branches can bear visible fruit without snapping. Do not let urgency bully you. If it punishes pause, it is not my voice. If it cannot survive prayer, it cannot carry your future. Sit with me for minutes that feel like hours to your flesh, and let peace set your pace again. Turn off noise so you can hear where to place your feet. Cancel the meeting that exists only to flatter. Take the walk that exists to clear your head. Delete the app that amputates your attention 100 times a day. Your focus is a garden. Tend it daily. Distraction is a thief. Starve it daily. Steward your name, not as a brand, but as a witness. Let integrity outpace opportunity. When given credit, pass it appropriately. When fault emerges, own your peace without shame. Keep your speech seasoned with grace and anchored by truth. Do not gossip your favor away. Do not slander your future by speaking diminishment over yourself. Your tongue is a steering wheel in this acceleration. If you keep calling yourself almost, you will keep arriving at almost. Call yourself aligned. Call yourself entrusted. Call yourself steady under blessing. Expect opposition, yes, but do not romance it. You are not called to wrestle every rumor or explain every decision. Silence will often be your strategy. Results will often be your rebuttal. Keep building while noise buzzes. Keep sowing while others speculate. Keep showing up to the mundane mechanics that carry miracles to maturity. Emails answered with integrity. Budgets honored with wisdom. Schedules guarded with resolve. Rest taken with faith. Miracles break in moments. Legacies are built in rhythms. Hear my warning wrapped in love. Do not mistake acceleration for arrival. This is not the finish line. It is a faithful beginning. The window opening does not remove the need for wisdom. It increases it. The favor landing does not erase the need for formation. It intensifies it. Stay teachable. Stay interruptible. Stay small in your own eyes while carrying something larger than you imagined. Keep washing feet even as I widen rooms. Now seal this in your spirit. Put your hand on your heart and agree with me. I will stay steady in the shift. I will guard my focus when life starts moving again. I will not look left or right. I will not measure myself against others. I will steward doors with maturity. My words, my habits, my relationships, and my boundaries will match the season. Survival in me was not weakness. It is resilience that now becomes strength. Let that be your declaration. Let that be your daily practice. This is not motivation to keep you excited. This is appointment to keep you aligned. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. Walk with me in steadiness and watch how blessing does not break you. It builds through you. Move when I say move. Rest when I say rest. Keep your eyes on me, your pace at my word, your heart at peace. Not early, not late, aligned. My child, attention. Do not drift now. Do not treat this as noise. Moments like this are not repeated casually. When I interrupt, it is because movement is required. This is divine timing, meeting your life in real time. And I am placing weight on this moment so you will not misplace it among 100 light distractions. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. If you are seeing this now, it is finally your time. Not early, not late, aligned. Hear me and let it land with certainty. I saw you. I kept you. I prepared you. And now I am moving. I saw the nights no one applauded when you held your ground and refused to quit. I kept you when storms tried to name you by your wounds. I prepared you through delays that felt like denial but were building a foundation in you. And now I am moving around you, in you, through you. The window is open. Responsiveness is the requirement. Let your heart answer me. Put your hand on your heart and declare this with me out loud. Say, I receive your timing. I reject the lie that I am late. I step into alignment with peace as my pace. Say, I release fear and the need to perform. I release the labels I did not receive from your mouth. I release old vows that kept me safe but small. Say, I choose obedience over outcomes. I choose precision over panic. I choose presence over performance. Say, I agree with heaven's assessment of me. I am chosen for my willing heart, not for perfection. I am entrusted not by accident, but by design. Say, I will move when you say move. I will rest when you say rest. I will not force doors. I will not violate my spirit to enter rooms. Say, I seal this moment with action. I turn this encounter into movement, not early, not late, aligned. Now listen to me very clearly. Seal this with obedience. Right now, take 60 quiet seconds with me. Breathe slowly. Let your shoulders drop. In that quiet, ask me one question. What is the first step you require today? Do not make a list of 20. Ask for the one. When I bring it to your mind, write it down immediately. Put ink on paper to anchor spirit into practice. Then do something concrete before this day ends. Send the email you have postponed. Make the call you have avoided. Cancel the subscription that steals your attention. Set the meeting that advances your assignment. Forgive the person you keep rehearsing in your head. Sow the seed I pointed to. Clear the morning you just promised me. Simple, clean, today. Do not postpone obedience to protect comfort. Obedience protects you to carry calling. Mark your calendar for a brief appointment with me tomorrow morning. 15 minutes protected like treasure. Put it in your schedule, not only in your intentions. Prepare a place, a chair, a journal, a pen, a quiet corner. Read what you wrote today and ask, what is the next faithful step? This is how moments become rhythms and windows become pathways. Consistency is how alignment grows muscle. I must also warn you in love because love tells the truth. Treat this lightly and you will feel heavy again, not because I withdraw love, but because neglect adds weight. If you turn this into inspiration without incarnation, the heart will grow cynical. Do not souvenir this word, steward it. Do not collect it like a shiny stone, plant it like a seed. Windows do not wait for indefinite hesitation. They do not punish pause made for prayer, but they do not indulge procrastination framed as wisdom. If you refuse what I am opening, I will still be faithful, but you will walk a longer way that I did not require. I am offering you alignment. Take it seriously. Do not let second-guessing sit in your seat. Doubt will try to renegotiate what we just sealed. It will whisper that you made this up, that nothing changed. Refuse it. Return to what I said. I saw you, I kept you, I prepared you, and now I am moving. Open your mouth and repeat it when fog rolls in. Write it at the top of your page. Place it where your eyes will repeatedly agree with your spirit. Agreement is not hype. Agreement is alignment. I am commissioning you now. Go in the steadiness we have built together. Go without apology for your assignment. Go with hands that bless, with words that build, with boundaries that protect. Carry peace like a plumb line through every decision. Carry excellence as worship, not as performance. Carry humility that listens, teachability that learns, and courage that acts. You are not alone in this sending. I go ahead to prepare. I go behind to secure. I walk beside to counsel. I live within to strengthen. When you feel small, return to my choice. When you feel rushed, return to my pace. When you feel uncertain, return to my peace. You are not an orphan of outcomes. You are a child under assignment. Let gratitude seal you. Thank me now for the doors aligned to your design. Thank me for the strength I grew in quiet years. Thank me for the clarity gathering around your steps. Gratitude anchors memory to truth, so emotion cannot rewrite what I said. Then get practical again. Place 3 words at the top of the week you are entering. Receive, release, realign. Let them be your checkpoints each day. They will keep you honest when noise swells. They will pull you back to center. Now let this settle, not as emotion, but as truth. No theatrics needed, no spectacle required. The thunder of this moment is in your quiet yes and your steady feet. You have asked me for a sign, and I have answered with a window. You have asked me for a future, and I have answered with a step. Take it, seal it, walk it. It is your time. Not early, not late, aligned.